Stop playing. Take a deep breath, bro. You good?
Yeah, bro.
You good? Chill, bro.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's not worth it.
They don't know. Listen, bro. They don't know, bro. It's the Messiah.
Yeah.
It's the Messiah.
The privilege.
And Ozzy.
Osmania.
Ozymandias.
The king.
He's here. You know what it do. Apple. Fiji.
Nike.
Get out of this, man. Get in the inbox. Get in the inbox.
As a matter of fact,
Yo, we can do a
SpaceX. What's up?
SpaceX.
Anybody Tesla.
This nigga showing love.
They
don't
wanna
know.
hold on. If they want anybody to go to space,
they don't know, bro.
they don't know. We in space right now. Y'all just don't know.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna see one day though.
SpaceX. But come on, hit us up. Like, look at this shit. NASA, like, come on.
If y'all wanna go, if you need to send somebody to orbit, I'm your guy.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I will be right here. I'm gonna be sitting right here.
We be down here.
I'm the cool back.
That's cool. But yeah, I'm your guy. Definitely get at me, you know where I'll be at in the comment section. So catch me down there. What we got today?
JRE clips. Shout out Joe Rogan.
Y'all know who that is.
Are we the product of an alien experiment?
What y'all think?
You better find out. You better find out what they think.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, there's the one thing that Bob talked about from some of the documents that he had been given when he was working at S4 was that they had...
If y'all don't know who Bob Lazar is, he was a researcher he worked at Area 51 allegedly, and he leaked a bunch of information about what he was working on, like alien spacecrafts and stuff like that. And he argues that the government has been trying to discredit him ever since then. Personally, I'm 100% convinced that Bob Lazar is who he says he is.
He worked there.
Yeah.
Here's the truth.
Yeah.
Y'all could go check out that documentary.
It's on Netflix.
Y'all could go check out the podcast.
Joe Rogan did with him.
Yeah.
Word. So, yeah.
actually taken apart in engineering human beings. And that is, to me, like if you wanted to say like what's the thing that's going to get people to roll their eyes the most, you know, I mean, if you really think about it, we're so different than every other primate. There's not even anything close to us. And I know there were some other human species, you know, how do you say it, Denovians, right? There's Neanderthals, Homo floresiensis, which was those little hobbit people.
Yeah.
There'd have been a bunch of other humanoids, but nothing that came close to what we are. And if you look at ancient primates and us, the leap.
They said hobbits.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Hobbits?
Tap in.
Tap.
Like, them little, like,
Oh.
in the,
Hey.
I be playing, like, games.
Like,
Yeah.
All I know is I don't discredit nothing.
Do your own research.
you look like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we gonna hear what else he has to say about this. Why could this be possible?
Between them and us is so quick. The doubling of the human brain size over a period of 2 million years is just bonkers. Like, they don't know why. They don't know what happened. They have no idea. But if that really is what happened, if they said, listen, they're going to get there, but we can help. Like, let's just jump in, because these things, like, look, chimps are still chimps, right? They're still murdering each other. They're still tearing monkeys apart and eating them alive. They're still doing the same things they've been doing for thousands and thousands of years, whereas we're living in condominiums and watching cable. You know, it's like whatever has happened to humans has happened so the advancement is so unique. It's so different than any other animal. If we really have been visited since the beginning of time, since history, if all those biblical stories and all the stories from the Bhagavad Gita and all these ancient texts that do talk about vimanas and flying crafts and beings that come down from upon high, if all that really is aliens intervening with the biological evolution of human beings, how fucking weird are we?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you think about how weird we are, period, I mean, maybe that would kind of explain it, that we're some stupid science experiment.
Well, you know, people say, I want disclosure. I want to know. We're ready. We can handle it. Are you sure?
You can't handle the truth.
I mean, are you sure you can handle it? Because we don't know exactly what it is that can be disclosed, but what if it turns out that we're an agricultural product, you know, that we are being harvested?
I think you can sit here and say what if whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because, we're on some planet.
We moving mad fast right now through the vacuum of space.
And there's a lot of other planets.
Trillions. Think about it. So all this what if, like, you know what I mean? Anything is possible. That's really true. In the universe, anything is possible. Just because of how big it is. So you can't rule nothing out.
Harvested for something, or we're being allowed to breed and kind of a science experiment. Let's see where this goes. And then when it's time to end the experiment, I mean, I'm not sure people can handle it. Look at how they've handled COVID.
Well, look, if you would think about, if you take this primate, this animal, and you embed it with the superior or at least more evolutionary advanced genetics, and you manipulate it to a point where you make it weaker but smarter, far more curious, and obsessed with innovation, you can just leave it there. Well, it's just a matter of time. Like,
it should really do make sense because we starting to get that technology now with gene editing.
Yeah.
And look at how not advanced we are in the grand scheme of the cosmos and us, Earth. That technology is here. Honestly, that technology is here and about to become readily available. So maybe this isn't that far fetched. Because 2 million years is a long time.
like, how much is that time? Is it 1,000 years? Is it 10,000 years? Over time, they're going to figure out some crazy shit because they're just going to keep working together like they do, and then boom, bombs go off, and they're like, all right, we got a signal. These crazy fucks have figured out how to split the atom. We got to get down there and keep a closer eye on these people.
I'm open to that possibility of that being the case. I mean, it's
Not
weird.
the craziest idea.
No, there's crazier ones being put out today. Just
But the
social
Big
media.
Bang is the craziest idea. And we all
Right.
agree on that. That's the craziest thing. The whole universe came out of nothing.
Right.
Smaller than the head of a
Yeah,
pin.
that don't make
Instantaneously
no
creates
fucking
everything you
sense.
see in the night sky.
Why don't
Okay.
it make sense, though?
The technology that shows up that may be reverse engineered or crap.
No, like,
Speak up.
but like,
Speak up.
like we should argue like that. Literally don't make sense.
Speak up.
Like there's nothing. There's nothing. That's it.
So what do
That's
you...
infinity. Like you can't get nothing out of that. There's nothing.
Word. So what is your alternative?
So it was somebody
God.
who made this shit. Yeah,
Word.
made this shit.
I mean, I'm with you, bro. I don't think something
Like,
could just come out of nothing.
It don't make sense.
You know what I mean?
And you can't even say there was like hydrogen atoms and shit or like floating because it was like where the fuck did they come from?
Nah, because
Like,
people have souls, bro. That's not science.
that's-
Alright? That's just simply not
That's
science.
just crazy.
This is just...
Nah, that's just crazy.
Yeah. You can't... Like, it... When somebody die, you can literally see their soul leave them. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be like 1 second they're here, and the next second it's the shell that they had beforehand. You know what I mean? This was just their shell. It don't even mean nothing. It's just a corpse.
He was just there. Like
Man.
when I fell,
Yeah.
I was just there.
This nigga done fainted.
Yo, like,
It really is crazy.
yeah.
It makes you think. You gotta be thankful for everything.
Yeah,
And
nigga, bro, I woke up on the ground.
like shit, you could,
Yeah.
shit could happen.
after bits and pieces. You know, I sometimes equate it with, we're aliens, let's throw a cell phone into a chimpanzee cage. Here, have at it. See how you do for a while. I don't know that we're ever going to figure this stuff out.
Well, more than that, it would be like, let's take a chimpanzee and let's manipulate its brain and leave him with a bunch of tools. You know, give it some things and see what it comes up with, and then come back and try again. I mean, maybe Neanderthal was like, well, you know, they're not going to get any further past this. Like, this project, we need to scrap it. Start with something new. I don't think that's not.
Yeah.
Look, we do weird shit to animals. I mean, we study them. I was just talking to a friend of mine about
doing an experiment with them, seeing how they react with whatever you give them.
With the DNA, is that cool with you?
I don't think you should be playing with that shit.
Nah, but how they doing it? Because if it really is just an experiment, then they controlling it.
That's a fact. It's a controlled environment.
But he did have said like they started this shit, and they're like, for their first program was like the Neanderthals, and it was like primal and not intelligent. So they're like, nah, fuck it, we gotta code again. And then they just kept on, and now we here. I don't know what y'all think.
Oh no.
What y'all think? That's what you talking about now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But should there be rules and regulations on what we should get into as humans? Should we start fucking with the genetics of animals more? We already do it now for food, bro. You know, it's literally being done for food. Like, that's not good. Me personally, I don't know. I don't know where I feel about that. You're not with it. Yeah, I know you're not with it.
Nah, just nah.
Hell no.
You shouldn't be fucking with that shit. Just leave that shit the way it is.
Because nature is nature.
Yes.
But we nature, like, we're evolving to manipulate our environment, to create shit. That's what humans do. That's what makes us different from other animals. That's what we do. Like, why should we stop that? Is what some people would say.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
But some people would say that.
Yeah,
That's just some food for the thought. Who knows? This is definitely, if you young during this time, we gonna see a lot of this shit during our life, man.
Yeah, you gonna see
that shit that happens now.
crazy, like some different shit.
Yeah. By the time we old men,
But Grandpa.
Grandpa Smurf.
Grandpa Smurf.
The Messiah.
I'ma still tap in with me. Yeah.
Word. Joe Rogan can continue.
Zoos about how bummed out I was when I went to this wolf sanctuary, because everybody's like, oh, it's amazing, you get to see these wolves that they've rescued. I got there, I saw a bunch of castrated wolves that were living in prison. I didn't think it was cool at all. It freaked me out. I got really depressed. I think you look at what we're willing to do to chimps. I mean, I remember going to I forget, maybe it was Denver. I forget where it was, the zoo. But there was a zoo where there was this monkey that was in a cage that was screaming. Just scream like he was going crazy. It was a small cage, and people were walking around. He's like, "Wah!" And I was like, he's probably going mad. This is not how a monkey's supposed to live. They're supposed to be in the jungle, in the wild, harvesting food and living with other.
I ain't gonna care, like, that's fucked up. Like, imagine if you just in a cage, yo.
Yeah.
And some mad.
Yeah, SeaWorld.
Or whatever that shit is.
Yeah. And we taking the little ones and shit.
And
maybe on top of it.
These animals be attached to their mother, like in the wild. They don't leave their mother's side their entire life. Like that's really some of these species, and they just don't take them.
So, somebody just come take you from your mom, yo, like yo.
And then they justify everybody eat it up because they rescued it. How you gonna rescue something from the wild? You know what I mean? No. If it's finna die in the wild, bro,
then
let it die in the wild, because that's what happened in the wild.
That's just what happened.
Like, I'm not going, if I'm on some expedition, I see a gazelle about to get mauled, I'm not going to be like, yo, nigga, run.
Nah.
My dog got to eat.
My dog got to eat. He done put in the work. He creeped up. He better go do what he got to do. Maybe he might escape.
Yeah, that
You gotta let
it's
it
the
play
wild.
out. You gotta
It's
let
the
it play
fucking
out.
Wild.
Like,
Rule
bro.
of the streets. It's like rule of the jungle, yo. Like,
Oh God.
Yeah. You gotta
So-
live by the code.
I'm just gonna do me.
They're monkeys. They're not supposed to be
Oh,
alone in a cage
Yeah, no.
where these other weird primates
I
walk by
see.
and stare at it, and it just overwhelms all of its defense systems and survival systems. We're willing to do that to things that we know are at least slightly intelligent. Like, what would be willing to do weirder, more advanced experiments to primates to create us?
And how do you tell a population, if you do study UFOs as the government, you find out, okay, shit, they're a craft and they're coming in, they're probably studying us. Like, how do you fucking tell people that? Like, how are people going to react?
Let 'em
And the
know.
way
You
that it's
just
so
say it.
compartmentalized,
But, like,
that's
a little
been the best
crazy,
proof
but,
to
like,
me as well. If
Bro,
I've talked
what
to
if
somebody
somebody
who's
came down
worked
right
on a
now
project and they're like, all I
and
saw was
they gave us proof that debunks our religion. Just imagine. What if that shit happened? Came and debunked whatever every religion we got going on. You telling me that shit would not cause?
Yeah, shit would just go
It would be crazy.
Shit would go crazy.
It would be crazy. So, and the public really cannot handle shit.
Nah, they going crazy on Twitter.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like the rest of the world can handle some shit like that, but America is by far the most emotional country.
Yeah,
Like,
because
without
of
a
social
doubt.
media and shit.
Yup.
But like, it's not the same in other countries. How that
Yeah.
shit go,
they just be bugging out over here.
yeah.
They be
They
tweaking.
tweaking, yo. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to.
was a supercapacitor in 1974,
Mhm.
and I know this was not something we made. He was told nothing else. He just saw a technology that was more efficient than anything he had ever seen. So the idea that people are funneling this information, whoever is funneling it, and protecting this information, as we see how OSAP and ATIP didn't get special access permission, that's a special type of program. They knew about crash retrieval programs, so they said, we want to compare notes and information with other UFO projects. They were denied access.
Yeah, the door was slammed in their face when they tried to ask that. Senator Reid, who was Senate Majority Leader, had asked for permission to create it as an SAP, Special Access Program, so they could get access to other goodies, and they said no.
Like other retrieval programs, material programs, stuff that Bob has talked about. So just the fact that it's so hidden, even within its own mechanism, that they won't allow this scientific team to work on this project, it tells me, as Robbie says, something's up. I mean, something's up.
nah, for sure, like,
Yeah.
That's why I said this guy.
yeah. The thing about what Bob Lazar was right. Like, he couldn't work with those other.
It was
It was isolated.
compartmentalized.
Yeah.
So nigga higher up was ordering that shit, and then he had to report to somebody.
Who knows? We sure don't. We just
Nah, we just
some niggas talking.
yeah, theorizing, you know.
We on YouTube, but you know. Welcome to the channel.
Just be bringing up topics.
S.O.S.
Write in the comments and
S.O.S.
stuff.
Smurf, Ozzy Sway.
So that's all you need. Yo,
Y'all know who needs to get with us. Apple, please sponsor us. Thank you. Fiji Water, please sponsor us. Thank you.
as a matter of fact, Call of Duty, we finna be on the game.
Yeah, we be on
Oh,
the game. We be
dude.
y'all don't know about that. Actually, we gonna upload a stream
Warzone,
after
y'all
this.
going
We gonna
Warzone,
upload a
we
stream
going-
after this, okay? We be on there. We be.
Yo, we gonna be streaming today.
No,
Yeah,
y'all
we
go
gonna
see
be
us.
on it.
Streaming today. Come on.
Cause we be on there. We be
No
Tap
more.
moving beautiful.
It's up there, y'all.
Yeah,
Y'all,
don't play.
it's up there.
Don't play.
Something's up.
Yeah,
It's the stream.
Yeah.
It's the stream.
Nice.
Nike,
Oh,
Nike
shit.
too.
Yeah, like
Please,
Should I
y'all
stream on my channel?
niggas got come on, man.
come on.
Yo.
Niggas is Nike fitted out.
Yo, I should be streaming on a team stream.
Whatever that means, bro.
Like, not on my channel, but like, don't we have a channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we should be.
Word,
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
niggas. Y'all,
Up there.
niggas is playing it right here.
There.
Y'all seeing that this is the bare bones. Y'all niggas Y'all go see, because we not going nowhere for real.
We
Y'all gonna keep seeing us and you recommend it.
Yep.
Bro, you right there, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
you
telling
go
you.
come back. You go come
This is
back.
like your third time around here,
Yep.
bro.
Yep.
Come on
Yep.
now. Come on now.
Spin back.
Yeah, he's spinning. You
back.
keep spinning. You keep
Spin back.
spinning, bro.
Be as entertaining.
You gonna be here
Tell
for
me
a
we
while.
not.
Right here. Come.
Tell me we not.
Comfortable. Subscribe.
Share the video.
Hey, fast share.
Subscribe, tap in, like the video. Tap in.
Watch it.
And
Hey.